So by punching holes in the wall and by doing other acts of violence, that could be construed as assault family violence. Once again, you don't need to be married for that. Now, animal cruelty is a crime. And so the thing he messed up on is he's accused her of a crime. So if she did not do that, that is clear defamation.
Guys, Mizkif is now on the verge of getting arrested. Legal concerns are rising, and experts are looking into whether the crimes he's accused of actually happened. What Emiru has put out on the internet could ruin Mizkif's entire career if authorities decide to take serious action against him. So in this video, I'm going to break down what's actually happening legally and what consequences might come next. Let's get started. Quick before we jump into the full clip, let me make sure you're all caught up. If you haven't been following, this whole situation involves Emiru and Mizkif, two of Twitch's biggest and most well-known creators. Emiru usually pulls around 20,000 viewers per stream, and Mizkif isn't far behind with about 17,000 viewers. So yeah, these are major players, not just random streamers. Even if Twitch isn't your thing, you've probably heard Emiru's name recently. Just last week, she was involved in a wild incident where a fan assaulted her during a TwitchCon meet and greet.
And what had happened is this person came up to her and they were in another meet and greet line. That's my understanding. And they skipped over the line. The security let them go through. This person then tries to go and grab her, right? He tries to grab her and he tries to kiss her. That's what he tried to do. He does try to kiss her. This is blatantly sexual assault. It's not even a question. I don't know how anybody could say otherwise.
This whole situation has been absolutely insane, and it pretty much went viral across every social media platform. Because let's be real, Twitch really doesn't protect its creators. But that was a completely separate incident that happened last week. The main point is, Emiru hasn't exactly had the best month. Now this week, she's addressing her fellow streamer, who also happens to be her ex, Mizkif, and things are about to get even more intense.
Psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Mizkif has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue, and just not make it a public thing.
Not gonna lie, my face is basically XQC level shocked right now, because everything Emiru's sharing just keeps getting worse. Apparently, Mizkif used to throw things at her. Yeah, it's as bad as it sounds.
It was definitely slow over time that bad things started happening. At the start, it would be things like, for example, he would throw bottles, like plastic bottles with liquid in it, not like glass bottles, at me. He would throw his phone at me. I would tell him, you know, it scared me, I don't like it. And one time, it even hit me in the eye, which caused me to get a black eye, but he always, you know, was like, oh, it's an accident. And I was like, oh yeah, it's an accident. Like, you know, of course I'm not gonna think that.
Honestly, I just don't get how someone could consistently throw a bottle or a phone at another person. The only way I can even imagine it is if he tossed his phone while she was sitting on the couch. But even then, it shouldn't be hard enough to give someone a black eye. Of course, as soon as Emiru said this, the internet went absolutely insane. People started digging up footage of Mizkif with his other ex throwing stuff at her on stream, and it all started coming back around immediately.
Here's Starbucks bags of Starbucks I got you. I'm not talking to him today.
Well, nobody asked you to, so.
I'm not talking to him.
Okay.
Look at her face. She's so uninterested.
She said no.
Maya unimpressed. That's what that was.
Two Starbucks bags of Starbucks I got you over the past few days.
Oh my god.
Skip, that was
Throw
not
it back.
funny.
Throw it
Yeah,
back.
that better be. We're live.
What the fuck?
We're live, she says.
Yeah, this is an insanely bad look for Mizkif. On one hand, you've got your recent ex Emiru saying he used to throw objects at her, and then people dig up a clip of him actually doing the same thing to another ex, on stream. At this point, it's kinda hard not to believe Emiru. Everyone knew he had a history of being abusive, but speaking up would have hurt their income. Honestly, it looks like some of them just watched her get stuff thrown at her face, and laughed.
Two Starbucks bags of Starbucks I got you. I'm not talking to him today.
Well, nobody asked you to, so.
I'm not talking to him.
Okay.
Look at her face.
Yeah, her face honestly looked traumatized. I don't get why anyone would even laugh at that. But the terrible treatment didn't stop at Mizkif just throwing bottles and phones at her. It escalated. He allegedly threatened to kill both of them while driving.
When things started to get really fucking bad, it was like something just snapped. And at the time, he also would more often do things like going, like if we were driving in the car together, he would be going like 150 miles an hour. And like one time he even said like, well, now we're both gonna die, like threatening to kill both of us. And this wasn't like even necessarily because of me or like because of something I did. a lot of the time. Like one of the times that it happened, it was because we were just getting food and he was on his phone and he saw that Mr. Beast had put out a video and Mr. Beast had invited another streamer and he was like, oh, Mr. Beast invited this guy to his video, not me. And I was like, oh, well, like, yeah, I guess so. Which led to him going 150 miles per hour in the car and talking about killing himself while doing it.
What makes this part so insane is that Mizkif isn't some random streamer nobody knows. He averages well over 10,000 live viewers per stream. He's one of Twitch's biggest names, and yet here he is acting like this just because he didn't get a Mr. Beast collab. Or worse, because someone else got it instead. Bro can't stand seeing anyone else win after he's already won. And funny enough, we also have Mizkif's other ex, Maya, speaking out about similar behavior way before Emiru even brought it online.
Anyway, there's something about being trapped in a car with an angry, aggro man that is like the absolute most helpless thing. Dude, I did a guy that would go like 100 miles an hour on the, like we would fight in the car, which was never my decision. Like it just always like happened. Like we just would like fight in the car and then he'd go like 100 and I would like literally like beg him to slow down. I'd be so scared and I'd cry and then he would not slow down until I apologized.
Now, Maya doesn't outright say she's talking about Mizkif, but come on, some jokes basically name themselves. And we're not even at the super serious allegations that Emiru has on him yet. Things are about to get way heavier.
He asked to come over to my house and talk for closure. He came to my house and I was crying like crazy because the emotions were just very high because I was dealing with a lot of major shifts in my life. I'm usually very uncomfortable with being touched a lot by people that I'm not in a relationship with, but I let him hold me while I was crying and he started kissing me in my face and I let him do it. I was still sobbing a lot. He tried to climb on top of me and aggressively shoved his hand down my pants. And when I screamed, he jumped off me like a cat, and instead of apologizing or checking if I was okay, he said, I feel weird now. I feel like I did something wrong. I have to go. And he immediately left my house while I was still crying.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but from the way Emiru's describing it, it doesn't seem like Mizkif had malicious intent. It sounds like they were on and off at the time. Still, that doesn't mean you should just stick your hand down someone's pants. Luckily for us, Mizkif did respond, so we can finally hear his side of the story.
We went to get food at BJ's, a common place where we would get food. And then we went back to her house. We cuddled for about 30 minutes and started to kiss. She said that she was okay with this on her stream, and I started to advance to the next stage because I thought that's what she wanted. She yelped, and I immediately sprung up and was scared if I did anything wrong, or did wrong in general. I got scared and left the house. I apologize if that made Emmy uncomfortable for me not saying sorry, and I wish I said sorry back then.
Yeah, even though I think Mizkif is a terrible person, that whole hand down the pants thing doesn't sound like he was trying to be evil. It's a gray area. They were on and off dating, they were kissing at the time, and he probably just overstepped a boundary. But here's where the internet really starts memeing him. In the rest of his response, he actually blames Emiru for his own violent behavior, because apparently she threw plushies at him.
Ashamed that the situations got so bad, but Emmy was also violent. She would throw clothes or plushies at me, and I punched holes in the walls or slammed doors in aggression.
Wait, is he actually equating someone throwing plushies to him punching holes in the wall? Because if that's the logic, yeah, the internet is not gonna let this slide.
I was not perfect, and I reflect on those situations with poor taste to myself. I'm ashamed that the
So she would throw plushies. I don't even believe that. I don't believe that. I think he just said that because there's no evidence of that. Like, you can show a hole in the wall. You can show a bruise from like a black eye or something like that, but you can't show that a plushie happened, right? I think she probably didn't even do that. I mean, I wouldn't even believe that. I think he just said that because that's something that there'd be no evidence for.
But now this isn't just internet drama anymore. It could actually turn into a legal mess. In this video, legal expert points out how Mizkif could easily face assault charges based on what's being alleged.
Remember, assault is not actually striking somebody. It's actually just causing fear of imminent harm. So by punching holes in the wall and by doing other acts of violence, that could be construed as assault family violence. Once again, you don't need to be married for that. You can be a roommate, a boyfriend, etc. In Texas, that can fly.
But Mizkif didn't just respond to the allegations. He also countered with claims against Emiru, saying she's an animal abuser. Now, from a legal standpoint, people are asking, if Mizkif really knew about this, why didn't he bring it up earlier? It definitely adds another layer of complexity to the whole situation.
And the fact that he thought his big bullet, his silver bullet, was those rabbits, is a joke. Now, animal cruelty is a crime. And so the thing he messed up on is he's accused her of a crime. So if she did not do that, that is clear defamation. So Emmy now has a claim, in addition to the IAD, a clear defamation case saying, hey, you are now accusing me of a crime, animal cruelty, right? Killing the rabbits, right? That is not okay. And here's my thing for Mizkif. Mizkif, bro, if you are so dead set on saying the rabbits are a problem, why didn't you report it to animal control?
Exactly. I agree with that. It really looks like Mizkif is now trying to hide behind comments like these. But the real question is, are people buying it anymore? So I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this whole saga? Should Mizkif face legal consequences, or is he being made out to be the victim here? Drop your thoughts in the comments.